I want to talk about surrender and why it's so hard, but also why it's so important, because it's how we manifest. And when I say it's how we manifest, I think a lot of times when people think about manifesting your dream life, calling in, creating, taking action on what it is that you desire, a lot of that feels like it's within your control, right? It is what you want. You cast your vision, right, to God, the universe, and you get the inspired action steps through intuitive ideas, meeting people, seeing signs, and you take action from there. Only if it was that simple. And the reason I want to talk about surrender is because it is a heavy theme in my life right now, especially because in 2 weeks I am moving abroad to Dominican Republic. I am making some business moves that are going to change a lot, and you guys will know more about that soon. And there's a lot of shedding that I'm doing right now. And honestly, it's easy to say I surrender. It's easy to say you have faith. But then it's another thing when your nervous system is scanning for safety, because that's what your body is built to do. It's built to scan for safety. It's built to scan for what's familiar. It's built to scan for safety. And whenever our body is scanning for safety, we tend to go back into control. We're looking for that control. And for me right now, with all the things that I'm kind of navigating and going through, the way that that's showing up for me is just extreme anxiety. And I've never been the one to really struggle with anxiety, maybe depressive episodes and things like that. But these past few days, my nervous system has really been activated. And whenever you're looking to make a change is scary. It's change is the key to our dream life. The change is the only constant in life. It's the only thing that's inevitable. It's the only thing that's promised. And sometimes we try to cling to what's familiar because it makes us feel safe. But what safe is not what you're meant for. You can't want your dream life, but then also want the comfort and familiarity of your current environment or the people in your life and the security from your job or whatever the case may be. And that's when it's like, you can't have fear and faith, right? You can have fear and faith in the sense of you can really choose faith and still have a little bit of fear. But I just feel like if you don't surrender, the universe, God will force you to. So here is what I'm doing to really lean into surrender when it's really hard, when my nervous system is scanning for safety and control and familiarity, and all you want to do is run back to the familiar known, even if it's not your path. And it gets to a point where your intuition starts with a whisper, but then it starts to scream and you can no longer ignore it anymore. And that's where I'm at right now. And so the first thing you might notice is that you feel more anxious. This isn't a bad sign. It's actually a sign that you're on the right path and your nervous system again is scanning for safety. It's scanning for familiarity. You're making a change, or you're going to make a change, or you're in the middle of this identity shift. And there's a part of you that's like, well, how's it going to happen? And what's it going to look like? And what if this happens? And what if that happens? And what we start to do is we start to project future failures or what if scenarios, right? But they haven't even happened yet. And so this creates anxiety. And how I'm personally moving through that anxiety is through honestly giving my body what it needs times 10. What do I mean by that? So for me, I was literally so anxious that I was struggling to sleep. I literally was having fucking nightmares. Crazy shit. My fucking cousin trying to stab me and shit. Just dreams and nightmares that were really reflecting my nervous system. I woke up in sweats. You're like, girl, what you fucking going through? No, but truly though. And I just feel like my gut is extra sensitive. And these are also signs that like your body's upgrading. You're getting an energetic upgrade. But again, you have to shut off what no longer aligns in order to make space what's new. But it's not like this fun butterfly and rainbow process. So 1, I spend more time in nature. If it's winter right now or it's cold, I think still even getting outside in the snow, even if it's cold as fuck, just getting out of the 4 walls and getting into nature, really deepening my relationship with God, the universe, my higher self, my guides, connecting with my guides times 10. If I was spiritually connected before, I'm more spiritually connected now. And what that looks like is more prayer, more meditation, more putting on music and just dancing and feeling my feelings, more listening to podcasts from people that I feel like have been in my situation or have navigated what I've navigated and can give me some good advice or guidance. And it's through that you start to release emotions, because the biggest thing is releasing the emotions. I think whenever you're in the midst of change, if you might just find that nothing's really coming up until it does, at least for me. And allow yourself to cry, allow yourself to purge, because again, in that surrender, there is so much like fear, and you gotta let that go. And if that means through crying, or if that means through just taking a day or whatever, give that to yourself. And don't make it mean that it's a bad thing or something's wrong. It's just how you're processing in that moment. The next thing is to check on your inner child. So if I were to ask you, if you were to visualize your inner child right now, how is she feeling? Is she feeling scared? Is she feeling uncertain? Is she feeling excited, joyful? And what does she need from you as her big sister? Or if you were to reparent or give her advice or hold space for her? And where does she live in your body? For me, my inner child lives in my heart. She's actually excited for me. She's rooting me on. Yes, go. And what she needs from me is just for me to choose myself and to stand up for me and my vision, my dreams, what I want, even if it means it doesn't look initially how I thought, and that's okay. Astrology has been super dope for me because it's allowed me to dive into a deeper layer of self-discovery and understanding astrologically all the events that are going on as well. Like, I'm not into predictive astrology, but I think when you can understand the planets and the signs and everything that's going on, it does create synchronicities of, oh, that makes sense. Oh, that aligns. And so if you guys are interested more in those kinds of topics, I'm sure I'll be talking more about that. But my camera's about to die now. And so what I want to leave you with is that change is inevitable. And if you're someone who is terrified of change, it's for a reason. It's because on the other side of change, there's uncertainty. There's things that are not familiar. And your current reality, even if it's not everything that you wanted, is familiar. And what's familiar is safe, even if it's not fully comfortable. But God has a bigger plan for you. And if you know that deep down, the surrender process is a process of choosing faith, of being there for yourself, of holding your body somatically, and really honing in on your routines and your habits and your nutrition and your wellness and your social communities and love for yourself, for your past selves. Forgiving those who hurt you doesn't mean that you are saying what they did was okay, but just more so forgiving the past, I guess you could say, to make space for what's new. Because I promise you, there's a version of you, a future version of you that is cheering you on, that is leaving you breadcrumbs, and she's just waiting for you to take those notes. Either way, girl, no matter what you choose, no matter if you're ready to make that change or not, whatever that is in your life, just know that it's already done and it's already yours. So you can't fuck it up. It doesn't matter what choice you make, it's going to lead you where you want to be. My camera died, but just know that whatever choice you choose, it's going to lead you to where you're meant to be. And I hope this podcast inspired you today, and more to come. Love you so much, mean it. You're exactly where you're meant to be. And I hope you have an amazing rest of your day.